Hi friends, welcome to another episode of Joy Thoughts. Huh? Look at that editing, look at that sick editing. I'm gonna regret that. I'm gonna regret telling myself to do that later. Today's segment is very special because today we're gonna be talking about yo-yos. Even though I already did one like the last two segments ago. In all seriousness, today's segment is special because it marks over a year of me dabbling in yo-yoing, and it is probably one of the few like hobbies that I got into that I'm very happy that I stuck with. And seeing myself progress from just learning how to do very basic stuff to now some of the more complicated techniques, it is a very satisfying feeling, and I highly recommend it. This is why today I'm going to be giving you a guide, a buyer's guide on what kinds of yo-yos, if you ever want to start with learning how to do yo-yoing, what kinds of yo-yos I recommend through different difficulty levels. I will say, just as a heads up, most of the yo-yos actually can be found on one website where I learned a lot of the tricks that I know now. It's called yoyotricks.com. I'm not sponsored by them, I'm a big supporter of them because I love all the yo-yos that they have available, the different kinds of tutorials. They have really good, detailed, high-quality tutorials that help to teach different types of tricks. It's been my one-stop for learning how to do basic stuff, more complicated stuff, and it's been with me on this yo-yo journey of mine for a while. So I highly recommend checking them out. Just go check out the website, yoyotricks.com. I'll put the link in the description. I'll put a link right here to the website. You can click it at any time later under the description, but for now, check it out. It's cool, it's great, they're awesome. I wish to meet them one day, if I can fly out to Michigan, wherever they're settled in. I'm sorry if I don't know where they are. I have been planning to make this video for a while, but just recently I saw a video update on their YouTube channel, which you can also go subscribe to. I highly recommend it. That they will be also putting out their guide on 1A string trick yo-yos and yo-yos across other different styles. So you can go check them out as well. But I figured I've been working on this particular episode for a while because I've been wanting to, and now that certain yo-yos have come out and there's certain yo-yos that I really like and I really want to show you, I figured it would be a good time to do it now. So let's get to it! Let's start if you've never thrown a yo-yo or you've tried and you've failed to bring it back up to your hand. This category is what we know as the beginner, the absolute beginner category. That's for people that trying to get into yo-yoing. I'm not sure of exactly how to do the correct techniques or how to do any of the basics. For that, the best recommended yo-yo is definitely the Fast 201. Fast 201 was created by Yo-Yo Factory. It retails for about $10, and it's the best-selling yo-yo for beginners out there. And what it features is what's known as the fully active starburst system. Basically, they're just the response teeth that's inside the yo-yo. Basically what it does, it grips onto the string and allows it to easily grip onto so it will roll back up to your hand. Not only is it a really good responsive yo-yo, but the best thing about it is also it has a ball bearing, which means that not only is it gonna come back to your hand when you want it to, but it will also sleep for a really long time. But besides learning how to do basic picture tricks and all those other classic tricks like rock the baby and all those other things, what's also really good about it, it has a bit of a wide flare shape, which makes it actually good for practicing basic string tricks as well, which is some of the other yo-yos I'm going to be recommending now. So if you want to learn how to do those basic string tricks, this would be a perfect yo-yo to practice on because you can learn your basic mounts, some simple tricks here and there. It's really good. I highly recommend it if you've never really tried or you've had problems with even trying to do yo-yoing. It's probably the best recommended yo-yo I can give to you guys. Moving on, let's say you have tried a yo-yo, you've thrown it and it comes back to you, no problem. You know how to do that. Alright, maybe the Fast 201 is going to limit you a little bit. What I recommend to you via yoyotricks.com, it's an exclusive on their site, the yoyotricks.com Sage. Fun fact, the Sage is actually the first yo-yo I purchased from them, and it has stood the test of time because one, it's one of the best yo-yos for the price. It's $13. Not only that, it's perfect for learning how to do your string tricks, but also responsive enough and snappy enough that you can also do basic looping tricks, which is basically tricks where you throw the yo-yo forward. We'll get into another yo-yo for that particular style later. But the clear benefits of the Sage yo-yo, there are a few things that are just really great about it. Number one, price-wise, can't beat it. $13 for a quality yo-yo like that, really can't. Secondly, the material that it's made out of really is for people that are still trying to learn how to yo-yo. Many a time have I tried to do a trick and I accidentally would drop it on the ground. It's aggravating and it makes you feel bad. But the composition and material that the yo-yo is made out of is made specifically for people that are just trying to learn and still trying to learn and are prone to those kinds of mistakes. Not only that, sometimes you'll end up hitting your hand on it, which is still good because the plastic is not that hard. It won't hurt you that much. Well, not a lot, you know. It's kind of hurt, but not really that bad. And finally, my favorite thing about the Sage yo-yo is that it is modifiable. So if you want it to be more responsive, you can get the different maintenance tools like lube, thick lube to make it more responsive so you have more control over when it comes back to your hand. Or you can even upgrade it to unresponsive, which we'll talk about another yo-yo later, in order for it to not come back to your hand. But for the best part, out of the box, it's very snappy, very responsive, and will get you through learning all different types of string tricks. You can figure out different kinds of combos just with the response as well. It's a really good yo-yo. I highly recommend it. It's one of the yo-yos I always go back to when I try to get a new trick figured out because it's so good. It's so good. Before I get into the next couple string trick yo-yos, the next one I want to talk about is another starter yo-yo for a different style that's not string tricks. It's what's called 2A, or two-handed looping tricks. This particular style is something I have not really worked very well with because I haven't really practiced it. I've just been practicing just regular string tricks. But still, if you want to like practice basic looping stuff, because for one, it's amazing to see performances on that. Look at this, look at this! Isn't it beautiful? It's amazing! See that? Look at that, I can't do that! Do you think I can do that? Maybe, one day. It's one of the more like active and more energetic styles of yo-yoing, and I really want to learn how to do it. But I've been focusing more on learning how to do the first style of yo-yoing, which is string tricks. But if you want a yo-yo to at least get you like a good feel of how that feels, or like what kind of tricks you can do with it, I can't recommend any better yo-yo than the yoyotricks.com Oracle. The Oracle retails for $8. It's actually the cheapest yo-yo here, and it's more towards looping styles of yo-yoing, which basically means the yo-yo, you continuously throw the yo-yo, which is a little bit different, much different from the first style of yo-yoing that I was talking about. Definitely the best things about this yo-yo, one is the price, and two is the size, shape, and material that it's made out of. It's made of the same stuff that the Sage is made out of. So with the continuous repetitive motion of throwing the yo-yo, if it hits your hand, again, it reduces that pain from other yo-yos that might do the same, like require the same motion. But if you're just learning how to do it, it's a great yo-yo. There's no like really too much maintenance left to deal with, and I just can't recommend it any better than anything else that's on the site. And it's also the cheapest looping yo-yo currently. If you want to get into more fancy stuff later, there are other options, but I can't help but recommend this one first. Let's say you've got the yo-yo, you got the Sage yo-yo, you've already learned how to do a lot of cool string tricks, you're impressing your friends, look at me, I'm cool. Check that out. What's going on? But there are a lot of different string tricks that require a yo-yo not to come back to your hand. These are what we call unresponsive yo-yos. Basically, they're built so that way when you tug the yo-yo up, it doesn't come back to your hand. You can actually modify the Sage to become an unresponsive yo-yo simply by switching out the bearing with a larger bearing. But there is another yo-yo that I want to bring to your attention because it's one of the best plastic, cheap, unresponsive yo-yos that is probably one of the best yo-yos just in general. I present to you the Yo-Yo Factory Replay. The Replay retails for $16. It's completely unresponsive, and it was actually created by the current national yo-yo champion Gentry Stein. He actually used the yo-yo to win the US National Championship in 2015. The obvious qualities of this are one, that it's really fast and it's incredibly durable, that same quality that came with the Sage, but the way it's constructed really makes it a very good performer, a very high performer. And with the unresponsive description of it is that it allows you to open up your trick book to different unresponsive basics. So like hooks, lacerations, different kinds of whip tricks. You have a lot of new tricks that you have readily available to you. But at the same time, it also spins very fast and very long, which is great because now you're able to combine all the different string tricks that you learned with your Sage or whatever yo-yo you decide to get into a long routine. And that's one of the best things that comes from being an unresponsive yo-yo player, is because now you can string together all those things that you wanted to do into a huge combo. And it's, you know, it's very fun and very entertaining. So if you want to step your game up from a starter yo-yo to an unresponsive yo-yo, I highly recommend the Yo-Yo Factory Replay. It's probably one of the best yo-yos out there, and there's so many different styles. Not only on yoyotricks.com, but other websites. They have different exclusive colors. Check it out. It's amazing. They're cool. It feels nice. Also, it's great. I just enjoy it. Now, the final yo-yo I'm going to be introducing to you and recommending to you is what we call a budget metal yo-yo. These are yo-yos that you want to get if you really want to step up your game from just basic plastic yo-yos, because of course a metal yo-yo, with the way it's designed and the way it's composed and made of, it really is meant to improve on and exceed at performance and competition-wise performance. So if that's something you really want to get into later on, I highly recommend this one particular yo-yo, which has been the most recommended yo-yo, probably the most famous of many different kinds of yo-yos out there, and that is the Shutter. The Shutter, coincidentally enough, is actually made by the same person that actually made the Yo-Yo Factory Replay, Gentry Stein, who used the Shutter to win the 2014 World Yo-Yo Championships. It's a beautiful routine. You gotta go check it out. It's amazing. It gives me shudders thinking about it. Get it? Shudders? Haha! Didn't even work that into the. I know it was an accident. The Shutter retails for about $45, and like I said, for a metal yo-yo, it actually performs just as well as yo-yos that would cost anywhere from $90 to $100. Key features about the yo-yo that I would really like to accentuate is that, one, it has a great shape, it has a great feel. Not to mention, along with that feel, it has a nice smooth exterior. And that smooth exterior is great because it actually lends it to being able to do basic grinding moves, which is basically when the yo-yo touches part of your hand. And of course, as I previously mentioned, the yo-yo spins very fast and very quick. So you're able to do long stretches of routines with all your different tricks. And along with that, if you're learning how to do more complicated tricks that require more steps, it spins long and fast and will keep it nice and stable for you to learn those tricks step by step, especially when it comes to more like timing heavy or whip heavy tricks that require a lot of time for you to learn how to do the different motions. In general, it's a really high performer, but one thing that is also really good about the Shutter that people love is that it really lends itself to off-axis play. Basically, where the yo-yo spins not as a wheel on the ground, but as like a turntable, like a horizontal spinning. I have not been able to do anything like that, but one particular feature about the Shutter that I like, that lends it to basic horizontal play, is that it does have a small little area within the yo-yo that you can actually do off-axis finger spins, which is one thing I've actually been able to do, and I'm very happy about that. So overall, the yo-yo is just good. It's great. It's actually the first yo-yo, budget metal yo-yo that I got, and then it still works. It's still great. It still performs it performs just as well as any of the other more expensive yo-yos I have, which is great. So if you're looking for a yo-yo to really step up your game, really learn how to do some crazy and complicated stuff, I can't recommend the Shutter any more than any other yo-yo. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. Hopefully you like the different kinds of yo-yos I recommend. If you guys want to check it out, go to the website, go to yoyotricks.com and check it out. They have a lot of great tutorials on how to do basic stuff and how to do complicated stuff, how to do different styles of yo-yoing. Yo-yos that I haven't even mentioned are there on that website, so go check it out. It's amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys another time. You have a good day. Also click links. There are links here. You can also check. You can check the website. You can check the other video I did. Do that, please. I love you all. You're so handsome and beautiful.